Good evening, everybody. Scorpio, welcome to your February reading, guys. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading will be for you for the month of February 2022. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if this story does not resonate with you, please check your Moon and Rising for a better energy check. Otherwise, enjoy the reading, take the guidance, and see what you can do with your own self-understanding. Now, for the month of February, we are going to break down this reading into 6 parts. The first 3 will be your subconscious energy, your conscious energy, and your hope and fear. The reason I want to do the subconscious for all the zodiac sign this month of February, it's because it's only from the subconscious that your conscious is triggered, and from your conscious, your hope and fear comes alive, okay? That's one. The next part will be your environment, my spirit's advice to you, and of course, the last will be a probable outcome. Now, the probable outcome, guys, will depend on your individual timeline, okay? We all have our timeline, so it will all depend on your individual timeline with regards to the result that you're expecting out of this reading, okay? Now let's welcome our spirit guide, angel, ancestors, and my divine source into this reading for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio, with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary position. Okay, so let's first call out for your subconscious energy during the month of February. What would be your subconscious energy around this portion in time? And I'm going to clarify the subconscious energy for you before we, kind of move forward. All the cards will be clarified. Okay, let's see your conscious energy here. What kind of a conscious energy we are looking at for you around this portion in time? Let's see here. What is your conscious energy talking about? And your hopes and fears. Now, when we say hope and fear, there is something in your life that you're hoping will happen. And then for some, it's a mixed feeling, it's a feeling that you're hoping things might happen, but then again, you're scared that it might not happen, right? So your hope and fear, and we'll clarify, of course, and we'll see what more guidance we'll get out of this story for you, Scorpio. What's your hope and fear in the month of February 2022? Let's see here. Your hope and fear. Let's see here. What do you have to say, my spirit? Oops, there you go. Wow. Okay. These two just jumped out, so we'll take these two first, okay? And then we move into the next part of your reading, which is your environment. Okay, what kind of an environment is something that... Environment is very important because a lot of things from the environment kind of throws you in different directions, because environment is essential part of our story. So let's see your environment here. What kind of an environment you are looking at around this portion in time? The next question will be with your or my spirit guidance for you. What kind of a spirit guidance or spiritual guidance Spirit is giving you around this portion in time that you need to work with yourself. Okay, The last but not the least, like I said, will be your probable outcome here. Okay. What kind of a probable outcome is taking shape in your situation here? Okay. We'll turn these cards later on as we come into the reading. But first, let's see here. The bottom of the deck talks about reaching out to spirit, of course, spirit guide, spirit communication process. Okay. So, interesting. You know, there is some kind of guidance, and they're asking you to reach out to your spirit, to communicate with your spiritual spirit guide, because there is something in your life that you are probably not clear about. You know, you could be confused, you could be worried, right? You could be confused, you could be worried, you could be tensed around this portion in time. So it's very important for you to communicate with your spirit guide. It's all a part of your communication, right? Because you know what, when you communicate with people or you communicate with your friends or relatives, it doesn't really, I mean, to a large extent, to some extent, I would say, you would be kind of okay with that advice or anything that you receive as a part of your 3D part of your communication. But the best thing is to talk to your spirit guide, because the moment you can connect with your spiritual self, right, and with your spirit guide, you will get a lot of guidance. Because like I said, you could be going through some tense moment, worry, tension, anxiety. For some, it could be a lot of anxiety at this point over anything in the material world. So if you need, you know, it's like a partnership, right? It's a partnership between you and your spirit. So it is important, right, that whatever it is, that partnership has to work for you in any way, shape or form of communication, right? So it's basically telling you that you know, it's time for you to reach out to your spirit, to tune in to your higher vibration or frequency, you know, to get all the signals right. So every time, let me tell you guys, every time, Scorpio, you connect with your spirit, the stronger the connection becomes, and that enhances your strength in yourself. Because like I said, sometimes we are so confused, we are not able to get messages clear, you know, we are not able to tune ourselves with the frequency of people around us. We are not able to trust what they are telling us, because many a times people tell us to console our inner, you know, to console us, to give us that kind of motivation. But you know that in actual reality, you need more than the 3D motivation in yourself. So what you need at this point in the month of February, guys, you have to reach out. You have to give yourself time and try to connect with your spirit guide. It's very important, because that's where you will achieve a medium of communication. It's like a frequency that will build up between you and your spirit guide. You know, that will resolve a lot of problem within yourself. You will be able to raise your vibration from wherever you are. Some of you guys could be lacking a lot of energy at this point in time. You could be feeling tired, you could be feeling stressed out, you could be going through some kind of mental problem, worried about a lot of things in your life at this point. So it's very important for you to find back your mental strength. It's very important, Scorpio. So you have to be in touch with your spiritual or spirit guide. Everybody has a guide. The only thing is you have to tune in, right? To work with them. It's a partnership you build with your spirit, right? Whenever you want, you can actually tune in if you have that frequency established between the two of you. So whenever you need, your spirit is always there to help you, to give you that strength, to raise your vibration, and to make you feel much better and much happier, right? That is the entire message of this reading at this point. Now, your subconscious energy, guys, is talking about, talking about power of prayer. So your subconscious energy is asking for a lot of blessing, right? The power of prayer provides you with strength. Not just when times are tough, guys, but even just just when you require inspiration or guidance, and this is to keep you on the right track, right? So, when you are praying at the same time, guys, also give your gratitude. Don't just, always ask for something. Oh, give me this, give me more money, give me more, whatever. Give me more. Don't always ask for it. You also need to tell your spirit guide, you also need to tell your spirit a word of thank you. You also have to show them that you're grateful, you're in gratitude of what they have given you so far, right? So don't always ask and crave and say, oh, I want more, give me more. That's when things are not going to work. That means you are either greedy or your thinking is not in the right track, right? So you say a word of praise, you offered a word of gratitude, right? But pray because that will bring you back your peace. Just pray to say hello to God, right? Pray to help you understand how to work now. Or just pray for the simple act of praying. I mean, you don't have to even have a motive. At any point in time, whenever throughout the day, you feel kind of lost, or you feel kind of that energy that all of a sudden triggers something in you, just fold your hand and say a word of thank you, right? This is calling you, or will be calling you, right, in this month of November. Speak from your heart to your divine source and keep your faith up. Faith is the key, right? And believe that whatever you're praying for around this portion in time, guys, will be granted to you. You will get it. You will you will 500% be heard. Okay, so it's a very important message. Wheels of light. The next message they're saying, and it came out together, guys. Wheels of light, right? Enlightenment. We are continuously seeking some new source of enlightenment. Whatever that is, right? But you will also have to realize that by going to the temples or churches or mosque or wherever that the sacred places are, that's not the only place where you have your enlightenment or where you receive enlightenment. Yes, you do receive that, but your main enlightenment are your chakras here, right there, right? That your body is a temple and you have to learn to take care of your body. Because you know why, guys? We all have a physical body and a spiritual body. So within that spiritual body, there are these energy centers that you see here, right? And these are the wheels. These are the wheels of moving your spiritual light. Because we have 7 chakras, right? We have 7 chakras, 7 major chakras for sure. As much as I can think about, 7 major chakras we have. And there are some which are the minor chakras in life. But they all play an important function in your physical as well as in your spiritual life, because they all correspond, they all connect with some kind of a gland in your body. So all that organs, all the gland that is functioning in your body is because of these chakras. Right? So chakras, to clean your chakras, to keep your body healthy, to keep your spiritual mind healthy, because that is where your temple is, your own temple. You have to be enlightened that you need to take care of yourself. If you abuse your body, if you're constantly abusing your body through any shape, form or shape, that means you're disregarding the temple that you have been given, right? And then at the end of the day, you rush to the church and pray for forgiveness, or, you confess. That's not going to help you, because you are neglecting your own temple by yourself. So the first thing what they're telling you guys is learn to connect with your spirit. Learn to pray. Learn to take care of your own self. Learn to give importance to who you are and what is the gift that you have been given in this 3D, in the 3D here. Right? So some of you, if you want, you can get more knowledge and understanding of your chakras. That will definitely help you heal a lot, spiritual healing, benefit you overall, right? Because see, these chakras are the receptors for the universal source energy, right? So which controls your psychic and your medium of information that you receive. So if you want, try to gather more knowledge about these chakras, and you will discover how they influence, basically, how they influence your physical body, and how each chakra is linked to your specific psychic ability. Very important, guys. So you should learn to activate your chakras, learn how to balance yourself, right? Make time for that. Where you have to start working from your base or root chakra, cover all the seven major chakras to reach your crown chakra. It's very important. So, prayer is very important now in your subconscious state. They're asking you, don't waste, you don't have to actually sit, light a candle, put stuff near your altar, do all that. No. You don't have to go through any of those rituals, very honestly. It is all in you. You just have to give yourself that time and that energy to reactivate your chakra. And how do you reactivate the chakras? How do you cleanse your body? How do you detoxify your spiritual and physical self? Is through prayers. So just fold your hands and say a word of thank you, hello, gratitude, anything that you are, you want to communicate with your spirit and spirit medium. Right? So subconsciously, that's what they are saying, that subconsciously always work on this energy. Remember this, right? You don't have to take a time out. You don't have to bring candles or any of those things near the altar. You don't even have to go to a temple or to a church. No, 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 no. You're sitting in your on your couch, watching a TV program, doing something, reading a book, listening to a music, and then all of a sudden, remember, your subconscious will trigger you, will tell you, come on, fold your hands and say a word of gratitude. And it will keep happening throughout the month of February. You will go through this motion. So get prepared for it. Don't forget about it. Like, don't be ashamed. If there are people around you and you're finding it difficult to say that word of thank you, you don't even have to fold your hand. Just say that intuitively. That's it. That's all you need to do. Please talk to me about the power of prayer and the wheels of light. And as you keep doing that, your chakras will open up. You will feel much better in your spiritual self as well as in your physical body, guys. So that's where they're telling you that some of you may not be feeling that good around this portion as part of your physical self. So practice this subconsciously. Power of prayer and wheels of light. Practice this subconsciously. It will keep happening. And as you practice this, as you go through this motion, you will feel so much better. You know, as you cross through the month, as you go through this motion, you will be so much better than what you have been when you have started the month. That's what they're telling you, right? Justice. Yeah, this is finding out about your own truth in your subconscious, being fair to yourself. Being fair to yourself, finding out the truth in yourself. What is the truth in the subconscious? What kind of truth are you looking for at this point in time? And that will answer your question. That will be fair to you. Because you could have question about this situation. What is truth? What is justice? What is being fair? How are you fair? What kind of what fairness means to you? What truth means to you? Right? So your subconscious is understanding a very logical part of the situation. But to understand that logic, guys, you have to activate your chakras. That is also a part of the story. You have to activate your chakra in order to know what truth and fairness in life is all about. Please talk to me about justice. So this is where, you will understand. Once you can activate your physical and spiritual self, your questions that you have, right? Or questions that is of concern to you will be balanced. Or you will be able to balance yourself very well in the subconscious. In the subconscious, because you will know what truth is, what being fair is. So that's where the balance will come. Please talk to me about justice. The Four of Wands. Yeah. In yourself maybe, right? Or towards a commitment, towards a family situation, towards your security, towards your safety, or towards your stability. Right, where you want to balance yourself once again, or you want balance to come back in your life, right? And bring you back a lot of stability, bring you back your security, bring you back your health, your wealth, your money, everything that is a part of your stability. Please talk to me about the Four of Wands, where you definitely want to balance the scales of justice. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Because somewhere there is a lot of toxicity at this point in time. That is where they're telling you, you have to clear yourself. That is where they're telling you, activate your chakras. Pray, say a word of thank you, or just say a hello. Because something about a balance in the tangible world in your life could be out of balance. Where injustice could have happened with regards to a commitment, with regards to a stability, that could concern money, that could concern job, that could concern a home, a family, anything. Where you're feeling all kind of that you are mentally entrapped at this point in time, Scorpio, about the whole situation. Please talk to me about the Eight of Swords. And you're not being able to open up and talk about this. It's a very shadow, subconscious energy that's kind of in your life at this point in time, where you're not being able to clearly define the cause of your problem. The Eight of Swords. You're not being able to tell anybody what your problem is at this point in time, and you're feeling quite suffocated about your finances, about your emotional happiness, right? Yeah, you're waiting for a change of the situation, guys. You're waiting for a change of the situation, right? This is your sign, Scorpio, right? So you know that you have to be resourceful. You have to have a lot of money. You have to bring back a lot of stability. You have to be resourceful. You have to be stable, right? You have to stay focused with regards to changing your destiny at this point. Because somewhere, like I said, in your subconscious, you're not being able to tell. You're not being able to express yourself. It's all with you. It's all within you. But you're not able to throw it out, right? That's where you need to pray. That's where the gratitude is very important, because you could be out of gratitude. You could be blaming somebody here. You could be blaming yourself. You could be always in a very negative frame of mind, and that's not going to help you, guys. That's not going to help you. That means that you do not have any kind of gratitude for what you have got for so long. And if you remain in that kind of a mindset, then you won't get to change this cycle. So in order for you to change this cycle, guys, you have to become resourceful, right? You have to stay focused. You have to become resourceful. It will take you about 6 to 8 months' time to go through this process, right? Dig into yourself, dig into your psychological self, and that's where you will get the answers. Because you know what? It's all about your fate, your karma, and your destiny. It's a cycle of life that you need to change, right? Where there has to be a lot of synchronicity for you to move out of an old cycle into a new cycle of life, right? So psychologically, you have to dig deep into your understanding and find out what you have done before. What was your karma? Where did you go wrong? What was the karma you need to correct? Or even say, a thank you for whatever you have received in the earlier part of your life. Or where you have gone wrong and you now know that it is time to say a prayer of forgiveness and ask for forgiveness in order to rectify your old karma or the old cycle of life, right? So you have to dig deep into yourself. You have to be passionate about knowing about your own self, right? You have to have that determination to stay focused on the right track. And for you to do that, you have to clear the old karma. You have to clear the old cycle. And how do you clear? The old cycle just doesn't go away. It just doesn't close. It will close only when you have learned about your own understanding in the right way of what you have done, what you have got, how much have you got through your good deeds, and how much have you not got because you went wrong with something in your life that could be termed as your bad deed, right? Because we all have good and bad in us. Nobody can be completely good, nobody can be completely bad. That's my belief. So, therefore, you have to understand where is that forgiveness that you need now from the universe. What is the bad doing? What is the good deed for what you have to say a thank you? And if you have done a bad deed, then you say a prayer of forgiveness. That will activate your chakra, that will help you to heal, because it will release a lot of negativity from your life and even from within yourself, Scorpio. Right? So keep that in mind. Now let's go on to the next one, which is talking about soul guidance, which is your conscious energy. Right? So what they're saying, Scorpio, in here, soul guidance, it's you have to make time. You have to make time to contribute to your spiritual growth. It's very important. And your psychic development. And if you do that, it's not a part of being selfish, but it's part of growing. It's part of learning. It's more out of necessity. Because if you do this, you will make a better medium in yourself. Right? Which in turn, guys, will have an impact on your overall well-being and your spiritual vitality in life. Right? It will help you to expand your spiritual boundaries. You will understand a lot more. If you do this subconsciously, your conscious energy will help you to expand your boundaries. Right? Because this will be the time, guys, that you will want to surrender yourself for whatever wrong things that you have done, and you don't want to keep them with you. So surrender. Surrender if you feel that, like I said, good and bad is always a part of life. So if you feel that you have done something bad and you need to surrender, your conscious energy will drive you towards that surrender. Surrender, let it go. And trust in your intuitive, psychic abilities completely. Understand yourself. Like for example, say for example, you have promised somebody that, one day we'll have lunch together, or I'll take you out for lunch. But you never made that effort to take her or him for that lunch you promised. Then make it happen this week. Then make it happen this month. It also could be for some of you guys, as an example I'm giving you, right? That you haven't spoken to a relative for a long time. Then make that call. Make that call. These are the things, because you have to trust in yourself to follow your gut. So whatever your gut is telling you in your conscious self, your gut says, you know what? Your friend has been waiting for you for the last 3 days. Y'all had made plans to go on a shopping spree. So you think about it, and in the morning you wake up and your gut instinct tells you, let's do it today. Do it. Do it. Use your psychic senses are very high. You have to tap into it. Tap into it. Your soul will prompt you to take action over things that you probably have been numbing for a long time. Right? So let your intuition flow. Work on this, because there is a lot of development in your conscious self that Spirit is saying, do it. Tap into your psychic ability and go with the flow of your intuition in your life. Because this is your soul guidance. Please talk to me about the soul guidance. So don't wait for the phone call. If you have not spoken to somebody for a long time and you feel that instinct is telling you, come on, let's make a phone call. Let's find out how that person is keeping or doing. Do it. Please talk to me about the soul guidance. Don't wait for that one particular day, one particular moment, one particular time. If your gut instinct is telling you, let's go out for lunch, let's go out for shopping, let's do this, let's do that, let's cook at home, let's invite a few friends over for dinner. If your gut instinct is telling you, your psychic ability is telling you, follow your gut instinct, follow your soul guide. Very important. Soul guidance, because that is what soul is asking you to do. Don't stop yourself. Your conscious you're in your conscious energy. That's what they're saying. Don't stop yourself. Three of Pentacles. Expand yourself. Expand yourself. Expand your understanding. Expand your creativity. Work for an expansion in your life. Don't stop expanding. Don't stop growing. Because the day you stop growing is the day we are all dead. That is the day we don't grow anymore. Right? So until we fall dead and we are buried and we are in the coffin, until that time, we all grow, we all continue to grow, we all continue to learn. And the growing and learning becomes a part of our expansion. So your conscious self is telling you, okay, you know what? I want to paint. Go buy a few paint brushes. Buy a blank canvas. Do whatever you have to come back home and start painting. You are not a professional painter. You could just be starting off brand new. Who cares? Who cares? Your conscious self is telling you, you want to play the guitar. You want to learn some music. You want to do something creative, something artistic. Do it. Don't stop yourself. Please talk to me about the Three of Pentacles, because this is the time where you follow your gut instinct. Very important time, right? Don't stop yourself from doing what your spiritual self is telling you. Please talk to me about the Three of Pentacles. So do what makes you happy, guys. Do what makes you happy. That's the message here. Yeah, Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. All about learning, growing, expansion in life. The more you work towards an expansion, the more opportunities will come to your life, Scorpio. The more opportunities will come back into your life. So this is the very important time of the year. So don't step back. Push forward, move forward. Go in a different direction of your life that you probably have never even thought is possible, that you might, that you have never painted in your life. And you don't have, like I said, you don't have to be a professional painter. It also could be a painting job at home, right? Go get brushes, do whatever. It might come out to be very bad, but at least you're learning, you're trying, you're giving it a shot. You're doing that. That's important. That's what they're telling you. That's your conscious self. And if you keep expanding, more opportunities are going to walk into your life. Please talk to me about the Three of Wands. That is very important at this point in time, Scorpio. Push ahead, move ahead, do what you have to do, right? You don't have to be a professional artist, painter, musician, nothing. But do it for your own happiness. Three of Wands. Do it to make yourself happy. And the more you make yourself happy, the more opportunities will come into your life. The Two of Pentacles and the Star, right? When it's time for you It's time for you, because you will get opportunities. Opportunities will flow into your life, but again, you have to be balanced with your faith, purpose, and hope in life. So if you go out of balance during this portion in time, because you're expanding and expanding and growing, and then all of a sudden you have, like for example, okay, let me give you this example. It just came to me. Say, suppose you're in a business, okay, and you see that you have done your gut instinct, you followed your gut instinct, you have started to expand your business, you have been working hard for that expansion, and as you have been working hard towards that expansion, a lot of opportunities have started to come to your life. But once the opportunities come into your life, guys, that's where balance is required. That's where they're telling you, that's where you have to prioritize yourself. You have to organize yourself. You cannot juggle through opportunities in life, because there could be many opportunities that will come all of a sudden. The door will be opened for you, right? So you have to learn to balance your energy in the 3D, in the physical world, towards your destiny, right? So you cannot keep juggling, because if you keep juggling, there will be a lot of things that will again go out of balance. So whatever you might have been doing this juggling before, for some of you, when you have tried to juggle too many things all at the same time, you need to give yourself time to heal from that situation, because you are moving into a new situation of your life. So it can work either ways, right? So new opportunities are going to come in. But again, you have to balance yourself, heal yourself from anything of the past that could have gone wrong in your life. And you know why? Because you have not been able to prioritize or organize your own self. Please talk to me about the Two of Pentacles and the Star. So as the opportunities start to walk into your life, you have to maintain your demeanor. You have to maintain your balance and keep your faith, purpose, and hope alive for yourself, right? It's very important. Yeah, the Lovers, right? The Gemini energy right here. Mercury, right? And that also could mean a lot of communication. Some of you will have to do a lot of communication. So words are very important. If you juggle with your words, if you go against your words, if you go against your promise that you made to people, for example, you have a delivery time, right? Say you're in a business and you have promised somebody, oh, on that particular day, I'm going to deliver the product to you, right? And if you go back against your word, then it will be a problem. So you have to balance yourself. You have to know that if you're making a promise to somebody, you have to keep that person's faith, purpose, and hope alive in you, and trust you that you can really deliver the product on time, right? Because at this point, the Gemini energy can hit you, which is a lot of talkative energy. You might be talking a lot. Mental, intellectual energy. You might be using a lot of your social skills. Being very versatile with people in general, right? You could be very witty at times. You could act very inquisitive at times. You could be very flexible with your mental energy. But sometimes that too much of flexibility can also create a lot of superficial part of the story. So that's what they're saying, that don't become superficial. Don't just tell people, oh, I'll do this for you, and you forget. Because if you do that, and you're not able to prioritize and keep a promise, you will lose all the faith and purpose and hope that the other person has placed on you. So you have to watch this, guys. You have to watch this, right? Because this situation, right? This situation could be moving you forward, right? There could be a lot of new enterprise, where your mental and social skills will be very high at this point. And that could create a lot of movement, a lot of opportunities overseas opportunity, travel opportunity, anything can happen at this point in time, right? Which is a fertility, where you might be looking for a new vitality in life by moving from one to the other. Some of you could be changing your place of residence. Some of you could be changing your business locations. Some of you could be changing, could going for a travel plan. Whatever that new enterprises, guys, is because of your personal growth. Where you want to feel grounded. You want to feel stable. So you're working towards your stability. Your mental energy, your logical energy is moving very quickly and swiftly towards some kind of a personal growth, a stability, right? A stability. But again, you have to handle it very carefully around this portion in time with your conscious energy, guys. You have to handle things very carefully. Like I told you, if you slip around this portion in time with whatever you're doing, if you make a mistake, you will lose a lot of things. So be very careful around this portion in time, Scorpio. Take your time, work on yourself, the promises you make, whatever that you're doing, you have to handle, because you're going towards a personal growth that is evolving, a new fertility, something that you are putting it in the ground, the roots, right? You are planting some kind of a new root in the soil. So this has to be handled very carefully. It could be a start of a new business, enterprise. It could be a start of a new relationship, any kind. But whatever that start is, guys, whatever that you are pushing towards right now, you will have to handle this very, very carefully. Very carefully. Or else, like I said, one slip and it will go out of your energy level. Your energy will go in a different direction. So be very cognizant. Now, hope and fear, guys, is ethical awareness. Right? This is again, look at this. This is again talking about balance, ethical awareness. What I told you is the Two of Pentacles. Ethical awareness is a part of the Two of Pentacles. Organization, prioritization. Right? Whatever you tell people, you have to keep that word. And if you cannot keep that word, you have to make amends for it. But don't just push it in the back burner and ignore that situation. So ethically, it's very important to remain conscious of what you are doing, what you are sharing. Right? Is it authentic? Is it meaningful to you? Is it relevant to you? Can you balance that promise that you are telling or giving to people? Right? So again, ethical awareness is, to be mindful of, basically to be mindful of your own behavioral pattern for balance, for justice. If you are over judgmental, guys, very important with this ethical awareness, right? If you feel you're being overly judgmental, for instance, that's one of the examples I'm giving you. Take a moment to breathe in the energy of compassion. Don't become judgmental, like you judge people like this. No, don't do that. That's unethical. Because you are not wearing that person's shoes. You don't know what that person is going through. You are not fighting that person's battle. So don't call for a quick judgment on anybody now. Don't. Just be compassionate. Just take your time to become a little bit more compassionate. And notice, if you can do that, notice how your behavior will change as you learn to change your own ethical values. That's ethical awareness. Right? And if you can practice this, now this is your hope and fear. This is very difficult for you, not to be judgmental. Very difficult for you, Scorpio, because you're very quick. Let me tell you, you're quick to judge people, right? But if you can practice this, this will help you to see the world without judgment, right? So this is your hope and this is your fear, that you can balance your ethical awareness, right? Which is be of service, which is where you can be of service to people. But if you are judgmental, if you are not compassionate, you will not be of service. Spirit will not help you get into the right medium of service. And that service could be your professional service, your personal service, your means to the end, right? Your money, anything. So again, gratitude, your blessings, very important at this point in time. Heal yourself, bring back the healing love and the light to the living world, So be very mindful about your own judgment calls at this point in time, guys. Very important. But this is your hope and this is your fear, that you should be able to do this. So be mindful of this. Be cognizant before you jump into a situation and judge somebody and say, oh, that person is very bad. I don't want to do business with that person. That person does not have money in the pocket and yet always wants some kind of benefit from me. You're very quick to judge. Just change your behavior for a moment. Just breathe in and breathe out the judgmental part and breathe in the compassionate part. You don't have to be compassionate to offer free services all the time to the person. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is be compassionate in yourself to understand, okay, this person does not have that benefit that I have. So what can I do to help him? Can I reduce the cost? Can I take a monthly payment? Can I give him an installment payment plan? Something that helps that person to some amount, to an X amount of degree. But if you're not, and if you're like somebody comes into your store, for example, you have a store and says, oh, you know what, I want to buy this thing, but I don't have the full money to pay. And you're in your head, you're going like, I knew that. This guy comes in every second day, wants this particular expensive item, but does not have the money for it. So you know what? Your behavior is very critical at that point because you're judging that person from your perspective, because you feel that he's come to your store, which is an expensive store, and yet his pockets do not afford the expensive items. So you are kind of being a little bit cynical here with that person, not telling him perhaps, not expressing that you are being cynical about his monetary situation, but in your, in your head, you're being cynical. So Spirit is saying don't do that. That's unethical behavior, because what he doesn't have. But what you have today, it can be that you are in his shoes tomorrow. You don't know how the world time changes. So don't judge anybody right away. So you could have X amount of money that person doesn't have, but the tables can turn. So you have to maintain a compassionate, balanced self, where you can kind of try to figure out, okay, how do I help him? How can he buy that item without me losing out or without him losing out, which is again, a win-win situation at both ends, where I'm of service, right? Which is be of service. How can you grant service? In what shape and form? In the universe. Please talk to me about the ethical awareness and be of service. So this is your hope and fear, because at times your head could be going like, I don't know why this person, maybe he is one of the customers who come in off and on, right? But can never pay that value. And you know that. Or probably is always asking for some kind of a reduced price, right? is looking for something of, wants the same thing but at a reduced cost, is always negotiating. That's the word I'm looking. Is always negotiating, and you're kind of upset about that situation, which is understandable. But here, it is very important for you to keep your ethical awareness, right? The devil. Yeah. Look, because this is your hope, this is your fear, guys, that you could be tempted to become a different person here. You could be tempted to lose your ethical awareness. You could be tempted to become judgmental. It can be anything, because the devil is all about temptation, is all about restriction. You could be tempted to be pulled in that situation where Spirit is saying, be very, very cognizant about the situation. This talk to me about the devil, right? Because this is the time of the year, guys. These messages are coming out. There is a reason for it. Knight of Cups, right? You have to let that temptation go. Compassionate self needs to come back. Compassion is very, very important for people at large around this portion in time. But if you restrict yourself, if you're cynical about other people's situation, if you are being sarcastic about other people's need, wants, and demands, and you're very quick to judge the other person, and you lose your compassionate self, guys, it's not going to help you to move forward. Please talk to me about the Knight of Cups. So you have to release yourself from those kind of temptations. It's your hope and your fear, that is all working together. And most of the time most of the time we do that is because we are fearful of our own security, right? We are not secure in ourselves. That's where we are very quick to judge other people. Please talk to me about the Knight of Cups. So you have to be very careful here, Scorpio. This is your energy, right? That if you need to follow your heart desire, if you want to move forward towards the right track in your life and help people with your compassion, guys, you have to watch for this energy, right? The Knight of Wands, because you could be taken on a different route if you are not able to release the devil energy, right? You could head towards a different route, which is calling for a lot of impatient energy, no compassion. So you have a choice. Your hope and fear is that you can take the right path, right? You can be compassionate, you can be kind, you can be helpful, you can be sympathetic. Instead, you can become very impatient. You could be brave, but you could be very impatient. You could be very angry, that kind of an energy. So you have a choice. The hope and fear is that you can make the right choice towards your life. Please talk to me about the Knight of Wands. So if you make the wrong choice, you will lose it all. You will lose it all. Whatever that in your conscious self, guys, you are moving forward. If you go on the opposite direction, you're not going to get it. Please talk to me about the Knight of Wands. So you have to watch for that energy, because you will have both the choices here. So how you retain your balance in yourself at this point is very important. Yeah, mountain, obstacle. So here is the thing. If you make the wrong move, guys, if you go on a different direction, instead of being compassionate and kind and non-judgmental, if you become angry, judgmental, and impatient, you will be blocked from moving into your next situation or into the situation that you want to go. So you have to temper your balance. You have to have the word temperance applied here. It's very important to have a complete balance in yourself to move forward. Okay. Now, the next part of the story, guys, is your environment, right? And what does environment say? replenish your energy. Offer love, offer support, healing, and then you get the blessings. So if you offer your love, offer your support, right? Learn to help people, learn to heal people, you get your blessing, right? So it's an extraordinary relationship. This happens is when Spirit sends you a sign to rest and rejuvenate. That's when you can rest and rejuvenate, right? And open your heart to receive back the love from your spirit. So your environment is clearing up or wants to clear up, right? Your environment will tell you that this card came out, it's because environment is telling you that your body needs to rest. It needs time to rejuvenate and recharge your own spiritual battery, right? Spend a good day at your call. Read a good book. Go outdoor. Mix with nature. Or just be with friends, right? Do some yoga. Do some meditation. Take care of your body. Do some healing sessions. But have a good night's sleep. So it's a self-care. It's a self-care routine. They're asking you to push yourself in the environment, right? Which will benefit your overall well-being, right? And that's when intuitively, guys, after you recharge yourself, your spiritual batteries, you will be ready to return to work with renewed energy, clarity of mind, and a sense of purpose in your life, right? So energy for your environment is asking you to take time out for yourself. Go on a vacation. Take time out. Do something that your body can replenish itself. Right? Please talk to me about replenish your energy. Give time to yourself. Take care of your body. And that's when, once you're ready, you come back to work, you feel completely recharged and refreshed. Replenish your energy. So environment is saying, it's time. It's time to give yourself plenty of time to heal from different situations in life that you have gone through. Take time off. Yeah, see, temperance. Yeah, to come back to a proper balance. Balance is very much required. That's what environment is saying for you, Scorpio. Right? You need to recharge your batteries. Give yourself time. Work with your own body, mind, and clarity will return. You will feel so much more rejuvenated in your life, in yourself. Please talk to me about temperance, because that's when temperance is telling me that that's when the balance will come back. Because see, your hope and fear is that you might go on a wrong direction. And if you go on a wrong direction, you will not get anything. So in order to keep that balance, in order to temper yourself, you need time for yourself in the environment. That's what they are telling you. Or there is a chance that you guys, can take the wrong route at this point in time. So you need to feel good. Temperance. And that's where environment is saying, it's okay. It's okay. We got you. We got you, Scorpio. Take your time. Do your, little energetic replenished. It's like attending a spa in the nature, right? Going for a total spa in nature, or with your friends, or with somebody that you can connect and bond with. Temperance. That is going to completely heal you, bring back your balance, make things so much better in your life. You will feel better. You will feel better, right? Strength and lovers. Yeah, you will feel better. There will be a burst of new strength in your life again to bring back a harmony and balance with those that you have a special bonding with in your life that could have got lost. So your environment is asking you to take that moment for yourself. Please talk to me about that strength and lovers, right? And that's when you can heal bad relationships. You can heal, situations that has like given you whatever, that you had a hard time dealing with. Please talk to me about strength and lovers, right? And this could be with somebody that you are especially connected with in your life. Could be your spouse, could be your children, could be your boyfriend, could be your partner, could be your anybody. I mean, this doesn't have the, what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that not necessarily just one person. It could be one person, but it also could be more than one person in your life with whom you have some kind of deep connection, right? And so you have to temper, you have to balance yourself, you have to control your anger, right? If you're feeling angry and upset, you have to control your anger in order to balance back yourself in the right way. And if you can replenish and rejuvenate your physical and mental strength and your spiritual strength, that's where you will be able to get back everything in the right way. Because there are a lot of clouds. There is a lot of confusion here, right? A lot of problems in your life, from where you have to keep going. You have to make progress in your life. You cannot sit in that cloudiness or confusion. You have to step out of that situation. But at the same time, you have to rise above. Your vibration has to be much higher in order to cut through the clouds and moving forward. Right? So your higher self has to know what exactly needs to be done in the environment, a strategy that you can fathom if you know how to get out of the messy situation and move out of the messy situation to keep going forward, right? One step at a time. So environment is asking you to change your strategy in life, basically. Completely, an overall new strategy that is coming up in this reading for you, Scorpio. Now, the next is your spirit advice, finding the stillness. Wow. And for which you have to breathe, take your time, clean your thoughts, cleanse yourself, detoxify yourself, still your mind. Meditation. Meditation is very important, guys. Meditation helps to construct a bridge between the two realms, right? Between your physical realm and your spiritual realm. Very important, right? So go. There are a lot of meditation, yoga courses, practices, YouTube channels, right? Where a lot of people are in touch with this kind of a workshop. Work on that. Try it for 5 minutes. Extend that. Make it 10. Then make it 15. Go gradually. Go slowly. Because your strategy will be to rise above all the confusion in your life and take your steps. So one step at a time, for which Spirit is saying you need to calm yourself down. Right? And the moment you can calm yourself down, you will feel calm, the temperance, right? You will feel calm, as well as you will also strengthen the bridge of communication between the two realms, the physical and the spiritual. So you will be able to bridge the gap that you probably have in your life at this point, Scorpio, a gap between your spiritual and your physical. So you have to bridge that gap. The only way you can bridge that gap is doing this meditative, being calm, finding that stillness Very important. So Spirit is saying that's when your strategy will work. Because you will develop a new higher vibration. Your third eye chakra will open up. You will be able to clearly focus and see a transition. For the transition to happen, you need to be calm. You need to acquire that balance in yourself. Very important, right? Please talk to me about finding the stillness. So stillness is very important at this point in time, Scorpio. The more amount of time you give to yourself, the more bridge, the gap will be filled. The bridge will be better between you and your spirit world, between the 3D and between your spiritual realm in life. The Hanged Man, yeah. Be patient. That's what Spirit is saying. Be patient. Take your time. Be very calm. Think about things before you gradually move into something. Right? Process information in your life. Be very calm to process information. Don't just rush into something that people say and then you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do now. Right? So Spirit is saying it's very important to pause at this point in time. Don't rush into anything right away. Take your time. Clear your doubts. Clear yourself. Balance back your energy. Rejuvenate yourself. Process information. Do what you have to, but pause. Take your time. Please talk to me about the Hanged Man. Pause yourself. Remain very calm. Find the stillness in life. You know, when you're not juggling, when you're not doing much, when you don't interact, when you're not interacting with people too much, you know, stay away from the cacophony for a while. Please talk to me about the Hanged Man. Stay away from the cacophony for a while, you know, the Page of Pentacles, to hear your intuitive self. It's very important. It's very important to hear your own intuition now, because that's your guideline, that's your factor of guidance at this point in time. So whatever your intuitive self is telling you, the only way you can hear it, that's what Spirit is saying, is by remaining calm. Finding the stillness where you can hear what is being told to you. Please talk to me about the Page of Pentacles. Right? So hearing your intuitive self, guys, is very important. Spirit's advice to you at this point in time. The Six of Swords. Yeah. You know, to move out from a very disturbed area of your life and to move ahead, you know, there's a transition. You have to be very, very calm. Find the stillness in your life. Take your time. Process information. Pause. Learn more. Have patience. Don't jump into anything right away, because there is information that will be coming to you intuitively. You have to learn to understand how to work with that information, right? Which is the Six of Swords, which is where there is a movement that you want to know about. How do you do it? Right? It could be getting out from some turbulent water, from some messy situation, from something which is very disturbing in your life. Or even for some, recovering from some illness. So you have to be very still and hear your Spirit's advice that will come to you, which will guide you out of a rough sea, out of some messy and turbulent water in your life that has been, you know, very disturbing to you, and move out of that. Here, you know, like knowing what kind of a transition, what kind of a passage, what kind of a route, what kind of a road you need to now take in your life. Let's talk to me about the Six of Swords. It's very important for you, Scorpio. Very, very important for you around this portion in time. The Six of Swords, right? Because some of you, like I said, could be recovering from some kind of an illness. For some, it could be you want to move out of a bad situation where you have been carrying a lot of baggages. So it's, you're going through that motion of an ebb and flow. So you're trying to come out of that rough water. You're trying to come out of those tough times in your life. And you're trying to move to a better area of your life, right? Which is where the magnifying glass, which is where a lot of information, lot of documents that has to be examined, lot of fine prints, important details, lot of clarity is required, lot of research. So that's why they are saying, Spirit is saying, find the stillness, pause yourself, process information, because you might have to go through a lot of detailed work, right, for which you need some kind of a clarity in the tangible world with regards to your intuitive self, right? As I told you, as I explained with this transition in here, that will require a lot of detailed work in your life at this point in time, Scorpio. So you have to give yourself plenty of time, period. Now, your probable outcome, guys, is the animal kingdom. Now, this is a probable outcome. We don't know when this is going to happen, right? Now, animals, the animal kingdom, because the thing is, guys, that animals are just like us, right? They also have a soul, they also have a body, they also have a medium, right? So they're telling you, study animals, learn from the animal kingdom, how they survive, what do they do. Notice the way they look, their shape, their size, their color, their breed, their personality, right? And hold that kind of an image. Like, for example, you see a bird, or you see a squirrel, right? Hold that image in your mind and think about the way that squirrel is, the color of the squirrel, the shape of that squirrel, something to do with the animals. So be open to all animals. They're saying you might not like animals as much, but be open to animals because, be open to pets, not just dogs and cats. It can be anything, right? Because by educating yourself and being aware of different animals, what is happening, guys, is that you are actually adding that knowledge to your unlimited psychic database. You're gaining more knowledge. You're becoming more informed. Your information is more. Your education is more. You're open to awareness is more. So a lot of things, that comforts us from the spirit world is also the animal, the two-legged animals, the four-legged animals, right? Whatever the animals can be of. They also have souls, and people actually take comfort in knowing that their beloved pets does exist in the spirit world. So you will find a lot of comfort from pets, animals, and if you don't have one, if you're not particularly fond of keeping pets at home, watch some pets. Nature provides you with a lot of situation. A lot of pets. It could be birds, it could be just squirrels, chipmunks, it could be just not just dogs and cats. That's not considered as animal kingdom. Anything that you come across, right? anything that you come across. If you're living in a space which has some kind of ravine next to it, you can see a lot of animals. You can sometimes see deer as well, right? Or anything, and you will see the way that they behave. So there is some kind of a probable outcome with the animal kingdom that they are saying. Connect with the animal kingdom because they can be providing you with a lot of guidance as well. You can be learning a lot from the animals that you are being called to, seek more information in your psychic database and learn more. Be open to awareness about your own self, right? Please talk to me about the animal kingdom. And this is a probable outcome. So if you can do that, it will help you, guys. Please talk to me about the animal kingdom. There are many animals in the world, like I said, not just dogs and cats and hens and chickens. No. Animal kingdom, please. Open to awareness, basically, that is important for you here. Knowing a lot more, having more knowledge in your psychic database is very important at this point in time. Four of Pentacles, right? Because you could be looking for some kind of solution where you're stuck, what you need to do, right? Some kind of a solution is what you're looking for at this point in time. It also could be with regards to your monetary situation, guys, where you know that you only have so much, right? And what is the key to the success of having only so much in your pocket, where some amount of insecurity can be with you at this point in time, where you're feeling stuck, thinking that you have a lot of vision, you want to do a lot of things, but you're not being able to do that at this point. So you need that key. You need a solution here. Please talk to me about the Four of Pentacles. You need some kind of a solution you're looking for. Quick, intelligent thinking that, if you connect, if you observe the animals, you will probably understand their mode of survival. Right? How do they survive? Having nothing in the world. Basically bare trees and nuts to feed on. Hibernating during the winter, they have nothing to eat. Surviving in the extreme cold Arctic regions of the world, how do they survive? Where do they find their food from? How do they manage to live? I was watching this... was it in Disney, I guess? I'm not sure, but could be National Geographic too. It's called The Snow Monkeys, right? And this is about the snow monkeys who live in Japan. And they live in a place in Japan which is high up in the mountains, where most of the year round it's always snow, and huge amount of snow. So the whole documentary is where they trace that particular clan of monkeys, right? A couple of them where they have their own male, female children, and they kind of blend. But some of them are quite harsh with the others as well. Like they have their own likings and dislikings towards their own breed. But what is important to notice is where I'm coming here is the way they survive. Even when there is a storm, the mother loses her child, and 1 day or 2 days later, the child is like the monkey is clinging onto the tree, the bare tree, because there is nothing, and is calling out to the mother. The mother cannot hear the child because of the storm, and then 2 days later, she comes hunting back to the same spot and discovers that the child is still clinging on to the bare tree, right? So the survival method. This is talking about more so of the survival method. How do you survive even in the worst critical times? And animals are the best examples to show you how to survive. Please talk to me about the Four of Pentacles. And this is where the survival method is coming into use for you, Scorpio. Right? Because you can only have so much. You don't know how to survive because you think you need much more. But no, it's not always the truth. Please talk to me about the Four of Pentacles. So that's where they're saying, yeah, the Six of Pentacles. You know, you could be concerned about the fact that you want to grow your money, right? You want to have more money so that you can generously give to people. So your concern could be of money. So you're kind of a little bit perplexed about the situation. You know, how do you make your money grow? What do you do? How do you manage to tackle your monetary situation in order to survive? Because there could be a lot of people asking you for money, for some, and you know you only have so much. So you have to make your survival kit, shape your survival kit in such a way that you can give to people as well as keep some back for yourself. But so this is where the method of survival is walking into your life, which is where you have to connect with the animal kingdom to see how survival works in the real world as well. Please talk to me about the Six of Pentacles, because you know what, like I said, you have a lot of responsibilities that you need to fulfill. You have a lot of duties that needs to be fulfilled, and yet you know you only have so much in your pocket. So this is where you have to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you have to survive, right? But how do you do that? What's the best method of survival with regards to your monetary situation is going to have its effect. Please talk to me about the Six of Pentacles. So you have to learn, be open to your awareness that it not necessarily everybody has bag full of money, not necessarily everybody has everything, but yet people manage, people do survive, people do make ends meet, right? The stork transformation, yeah, where you are learning, you will be learning about a situation here. Storks, again, animals. So look at something that talks about storks, that talks about rebirth or birth. How do you give birth to a new situation? How do you renovate yourself? Right? How do you change? How do you renew from a situation of restlessness? How do you change? How do you become more active in yourself? Transformation. So look at any kind of documentary at this point that talks about storks. So that could help you. That could help you to regenerate yourself, to once again recharge your batteries and move in the right direction of your life, Scorpio. Okay, so look into it, guys, and look into this reading. Take all the guidance, work with yourself. Leave me any comments if you have to let me know anything. Otherwise, just enjoy the reading. Have a great time. See you soon once again. Till then, take care. Goodbye and God bless.